Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse. We're getting started at 9:01 a.m. barely. Just turned 9:02 a.m. Normally we're getting started right on the dot, but had tried to get caught up on some other things as we're heading into this first live stream since last Tuesday. So last Tuesday, it's been a while. So we missed three consecutive live streams, but we had a good time at the baby shower. Good to hang out with the old crew. I've known those guys for 20 plus years, and my golf game didn't do very well, but had flashes of good golf game. Also had flashes of never played golf in my entire life. That's how bad it was at some point. So with that, let's jump into it. We got a lot to cover as usual. Javier, good morning. Coffee. Yep. I had my Celsius today. Right on the dot for starting the week. Just another manic Monday out there. Kyle, good morning. Welcome back. Thank you. Welcome back. Hope you had a good golf outing. I had flashes of good golf outing. Of course, we had a good time golfing, but had flashes of way too many double bogeys out there, followed by like an 8-hole run of the old days when I used to be a decent golfer. And then back to the double bogey. So yeah, it was a lot of up and down. Anyone care to check in Tesla John, see how I'm doing? Hey Tesla John, how you doing? Tesla is printing. Yep. Good morning, everybody. Lawrence, welcome back. Thank God I added my Tesla position on Tuesday. Javier, yes sir, it is. All right. So this is Bitcoin, right? We're looking at the Bitcoin daily chart. If you're new, awesome. We're going to start off with Bitcoin. We're going to cover the altcoins. Not much really to report overall on them. Then we'll take a look at the NASDAQ, the indices, Magnificent Seven, like Tesla. And then we'll take a look at some others as well. If you have any comments, put in the comment section for, if you want me to chart anything for you, the ticker symbol, whether it's stock, crypto, whatever the type of asset it is. So I can search for it very quickly and put in all the details, right? Are you looking to buy? Are you looking to sell? Are you holding it? Whatever it is. So let's jump in. Let's take a look at it. Good morning, Johnny C. Welcome back. Longtime market sniper. Doc, my 150K in June looks very unlikely. Unfortunately, yep. So we will see. Well, that's not that bad actually, because there's influencers with 90,000 followers that said $220,000 Bitcoin within 2 weeks, right? Within 2 weeks. So it was early April, and they said $220,000 Bitcoin would happen in the next 2 weeks before the halving. So Doc, that's not as bad. Let's see. All right. So before we get started, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Help me. That'd be great. And let's go over here. Smash that like button. Show you how it's done. Hit that repost button, whether you're on the Twitter X app or YouTube. And then throw in a quick comment. I know it takes that extra 1 second. And just throw in that comment, maybe one emoji, helps me out on the algorithm, and they keep the ship going, right? Keep the ship going. So real quick, I leave for 4 days and you couldn't pump Bitcoin to 100,000 for me. Come on, guys. Come on. You couldn't pump Bitcoin to 100,000. Oh, what's your problem? For more than a month, we've been saying we are not out of the woods yet, and it still holds true today. Those 3 reasons still exist on the daily chart. We really wanted to see a daily candle close back above 73,000. You can kind of see this candle that I'm pointing to over here was the highest daily candle close. Obviously, we want to see a candle close back above there. There was never, ever a RSI buy signal on the daily chart. And there was no MACD bullish crossover, right? So those were the 3 things we were kind of watching and waiting for. Below is my optimistic daily chart. If you're still optimistic that we're going to go up and hit much higher targets sooner rather than later, right? then it still could take some time to consolidate sideways. You can see another couple of weeks possibly before it starts to make a move back to the upside. I pulled this fractal from where did I pull it from? Oh, the bottom of 2023, right? So whether it plays out or not, it's just for an idea purpose, but kind of pulled it out from there. And you can see it's kind of looking similar, right? Maybe it takes like a couple more weeks. I don't expect it to play out exactly. It's just for idea purposes. But that was pulled from the January 4th, 2023 bottom and put on. You can kind of see it kind of pump up like that and then come all the way back down. So we'll see what happens. That's my optimistic. However, there are three major concerns have developed on the weekly and monthly chart, right? The weekly RSI, we'll take a look at this on the actual chart. The weekly RSI had a sell signal. There's a weekly pending MACD bearish crossover, right? There is a pending reverse candle. There was a pending reverse candle, then there wasn't a pending reverse candle, and now there's a pending reverse candle again on the monthly chart. We pointed that out early on in the month. There was a pending reversal candle back here, then there wasn't, and now there is again. So we'll continue to watch it. The month is almost over. I don't think this starts the bear market, obviously, because this would be a very, very short cycle, but could at least mean a longer term consolidation, lower prices, and possible double wave scenario. We'll cover it on the live stream. That's what we talked about. So let's jump into it. So if you look at it from here, you can see that we never had that RSI buy signal, right? You had that RSI buy signal back here, followed by a buy signal, right? Had a buy signal here, price pumped up more, put in bearish divergence. Never had a buy signal over here. Never, let's look at it. Never had a buy signal. So buy signal, sell, buy, sell, right? Never had another buy signal. It looked like there was going to be a buy signal that would happen back here end of last week, right? Or no, end of, what was this, the 23rd? Yeah, last Tuesday, right? Last Tuesday, last Monday, it was starting to look, before I left on the trip, it was starting to look like it was going to produce a buy signal, and it didn't, right? So it didn't produce a buy signal, came all the way back down. Could this be the low? And this could be a potential higher low. Too early to say, right? It's way too early to say. As of right now, these are lower highs, and this is another lower high. So that is what we're watching. So is it going to be another lower high, or is it going to be a higher low? It's too early to say as of right now, but that's what we're continue watching. Still no buy signal on RSI. And then, of course, over here on the MACD, we talked about there's no bullish crossover like there was back here in January, no bullish crossover like February. And then after that last bearish MACD crossover over here, there was never a MACD bullish crossover, right? Three times it looked like it was going to, and then it never did. So still trending down as of right now. Again, there still is some divergence on the MACD. So another thing to consider over there. So taking a look at it. Now for the weekly chart, getting over to that weekly chart, it's no longer ultra bullish, right? And it's holding on to the trending dots as of right now. We don't know if it's going to hold on or not. But there was an RSI sell signal from yesterday's candle close. So the weekly candle closed yesterday on Sunday. And here we are with the RSI sell signal on the weekly chart. You can see there's a pending MACD bearish crossover. The week just started, so we don't know if it's going to close with a bearish MACD crossover or not, right? You can see that it did not back here in January. And so it could start off like that. And of course, it could still close back above, never have that bearish MACD crossover. Even if it does, it could still flip back around and go with higher prices. So, but it's something, it is one of the concerns out there, right? So it is one of the concerns. There is a pending bearish MACD crossover. You can see there's a couple of them back here in July. And then once it flipped back around and went on that big, huge run from October 2023 all the way up to April 2024. So Could it be one of these over here where it crosses, basically consolidates for a couple more months like it did back in mid 2023, and then flip back around for another strong move up there? If so, then it just means that, hey, maybe it'll continue to consolidate through May, possibly June, possibly July, and then this would be like wave one, and then after it consolidates, maybe there's a second wave to the upside, right? So that's what we'll continue to watch it over there. This is a weekly chart, and so again, if this is like wave one, right, consolidates for a couple months, right? I have a bearish scenario too, a bearish scenario that we'll put on here in just a second, based off of the daily chart, of what it could look like if it was a bigger, deeper consolidation, right? And then it might take a couple months to play out and then make another run to the upside. So we'll see. Arnold, the man, the myth, the legend. Good morning. Good morning, Arnold. Welcome back. Just what's your thoughts on Tesla filling the gap at 146 and making another big gap at the same spot? Yeah, we'll take a look at it. Juan, oh, she's good. We went to I got back Saturday evening, and then we just kind of chilled and hung out at the pool yesterday. And she told me to put on sunscreen. I didn't, and now my chest and my belly are sunburned. So yeah, she's good. Getting more tired though. So I'm gonna have to step up my game around the house and help out a little bit more than I don't help out often enough, right? She's probably listening. I don't want to say this loud. I probably don't help out enough. She's probably listening to my conversation right now. She's in the other office. So we'll see. But yeah, she probably needs me to help out a little bit more around the house. She's getting a little bit more tired. So thanks for asking, Juan. Appreciate that. As early bird, can you do Unity from? Yes. All right, so let's keep going. So that's what we're kind of looking at here. Let's get back on the daily chart and then kind of show you just two ideas. We don't know if it's going to play out for certain either way, right? So we got two, right? We got a more optimistic approach as an idea, and then we've got a bigger cooling off period, maybe a possible double wave type of scenario play out, and it would take longer and deeper correction. And then, and of course, it could be somewhere in the middle, right? It could be somewhere in the middle. But first thing is first, my more optimistic approach, it consolidates, and then maybe starts to make a move middle of May, end of May. And then, of course, we're starting to see that candle close back above that 73,100. And that would be, we're fully out of the woods, maybe end of May, something like that. That would be my optimistic approach, right? So we'll see if that plays out or not. If not, then we're going to be watching, like, if price is breaking down from a trend line similar to like this, right? Let's see. However it plays out, we'll just kind of keep it drawn out like that. What if it kind of consolidated, put in another lower high, and then started to break back down and started closing back below target 2, right? Obviously, target 3 we come back on, target 4, and then it could possibly even go below target 4, right? So target 4, I think, was maybe 3 and 4 are up here. So it could obviously find support at target 3 and target 4 if it started to break down, right? We would see price starting to break back down, come back down like this, start getting candle closes back below here, take out this pivot at 61,200. If it starts doing that, starts closing back below here, then we got to start considering longer, deeper correction. And we would start considering something, even as something like this, where this fractal was pulled from early 2021, right? So early 2021. And then it went through a multi-month consolidation with the 55% correction. And so that fractal, that would be a bigger, deeper correction. Here's a 200-week moving average, right? I kind of eyeball tested out the 200-week moving average. Maybe it would come back, maybe even wick down to it. I don't think it does that. I don't think it does, but we'll be prepared for all scenarios. I think if anything, if it was going to do a deeper correction, it would come down to like target 3 and then like target 4, right? And then find support and then come out. Find support and come out. I think that this one coming all the way down like this is less likely, but of course you got to be prepared for all scenarios, right? So that's what that's what we'll continue to watch. And again, Bitcoin hasn't had a 30% correction since 2022. So is it overdue for a 30% correction? I would say so. Doesn't mean it's going to, but it wouldn't surprise me if it does, right? So we'll see. This is my more optimistic approach to the upside. But if it doesn't, right, and if it starts breaking down, here, let's kind of draw this out like this. If it starts breaking down, something more like that, and takes out and has a candle close back below 61,300-ish, right? Starts closing back below there on daily candle close, then the probabilities are going to increase that we're going to hit target 3 and target 4 prior to the next move up, right? So that's Bitcoin. Woo, 18 minutes. There we go. 18 minutes on Bitcoin. Could you possibly take a look at SC? Sure. Max pain sideways consolidation for months. Yeah, possibly. That would be max pain for swing traders. Like for swing traders, better for to see price continue to pump or price continue to dump, right? So either one. You either want it to go up or down. What you don't want is to just go sideways indefinitely, right? It won't go sideways forever. So, but it is consolidating still, and kind of came up into this range back in end of February, and it's still here, right? Still there. So we'll see. Let's get into some others. Kind of drew this out a while back. So drew this trend line out like that. And so if you start getting candle closes back below, right, we'll continue to monitor that as well. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. We got the next possible buy the dip scenario out here. And of course, this is Ethereum daily chart. And of course, could go deeper correction if it's coming back down below this trend line over here. And then, of course, back below target 4, right? So this is target 4 over here. So we'll see how it plays out. As of right now, it's still above the trending dots and still holding, whereas Bitcoin did not hold the trending dots, right? Bitcoin did not hold the trending dots, came all the way back down below it. Solana, still above target 4, right? Still above target 4, but probably redraw this out like this. And you still got the training dots, stuff like that. So will all of these Bitcoin and altcoin assets put in higher lows? It's possible. It's possible. So this is what I was talking about on earlier, right? So here, let's see. Let's put it on. Let's put it on. Where is it? Where is it? We're still trying to get it together. We're still trying to get it together. So we talked about the possible lower high or a higher low. So that's what it's going to kind of look like over here. So you got a low over here. Is that the low? We don't know yet, right? We don't know yet. Could put in that higher low, but also it's been like Bitcoin stuff has been putting in the lower highs as well. So that's what we're continuing to watch. Is it putting in lower highs, or is it going to finally put it in a higher low? And what we always talk about is that once price puts in that higher low, that is the higher probability. So we don't have a higher low put in yet for that next buy the dip scenario. Once it does put in that higher low, then and it starts to break out, that's when it's that higher probability of a reversal. So we'll continue to watch it. Going back over here, this is a high, this is a lower high, this is a possible lower high, this is a low, and it hasn't put in another lower low yet. So is this going to be another lower high, or is this going to be a higher low, right? So that's where we're kind of at the crossroads coming in here, and that's what we're continuing to watch over here. So is this going to be the low on Chainlink, and is this going to put in a higher low? If so, that's the higher probability of a reversal. So we're going to continue to watch it. We're not quite there yet. I didn't really miss much the last week, and So this is what we're watching over here. Near looks a little bit different, right? Near looks a little bit different. And we even talked about this and drew this out last week where come up like this and then come back down, possibly put in that higher low and then take off to the upside. Well, it actually broke out of the downward trend line, still above the downward trend line and still above the trending dots. So is it actually going to be more like this, right? Is it actually going to be more like that? We drew it out back here as that it could pop up above it, still come all the way back down, consolidate, and then make a move to the upside, right? So we don't know exactly how it's going to play out, but it's possible that it was more like that. So we'll see. We'll see on near. That is near, still currently above the downward trend line, still above the trending dots, and still currently bullish as of right now. Dot, still watching dot over here, right? So this was a low. Is this going to be a higher low? This is what we're continuing to watch over here on dot as well. Still below the trading dots, all that stuff, right? Sand, similar thoughts. Filecoin, similar thoughts. Algo spiked all the way up to 26 cents, came all the way back down, and then a higher low is the higher probability of a reversal. So still optimistic over here, even though the weekly chart on Bitcoin does have some negative signs, right? It does have some negative signs. Don Julio, good morning. Welcome back. Longtime market sniper from day one. Blessed for life. If you have time, please update Ver. Henderson, Rosales. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's Algo. You got Mana. Similar thoughts, right? Still waiting, still watching. Cardano, still watching, waiting. Is this a low? Is this going to be a higher low, right? Rari, still trying to find bottom, right? Still trying to find bottom. Matic, a low. Is this going to be a higher low? So we don't know yet. This was a low, higher low in Atom. SHIB, right? Still trying to hold this downward trend line. We don't know if it will or not, right? Came all the way back down, kind of draw it like that. Doge has not found bottom, right? Took out this pivot point over here with daily candle closes below. Maybe comes back down, retests target 4, and then comes up, puts in a higher low over here, and then takes off after that, right? So we're going to move this over here like so. MicroStrategy, still below the train dots. Is this a low over here? Possible. Is this going to be a higher low? We don't know yet. Still hasn't hit target 4 as of yet on MicroStrategy. There's got a lot of tiny gaps over here. No major gaps though. So we'll keep an eye on it. NASDAQ, we're switching gears over to the indices real quick, and then probably the Magnificent Seven. Maybe circle back to some of the Bitcoin mining stocks, and then we'll get into all the requests over there. So let's keep going. Was getting oversold, reverse candle, coming back up. Could just be a lower high that gets put in though, right? Could just be a lower high. So I wouldn't say that the correction is over yet. So something to be mindful of if you're trading the NASDAQ futures, that hey, this could just be a lower high. You can see that like even on the shorter time frame, like from this pivot point down, you probably see like target 1, target 2, maybe target 3, target 4, like that. Could come back up like this, even hit target 4, put in that lower high, and then continue down to the lower targets, right? There was lower targets. It's only hit target 1 so far to the downside. So will it hit target 2? Will come down. It did, in my personal opinion, it did clear bearish divergence. So it's possible that was it, but I wouldn't say we're out of the woods yet. And it's possible that it rolls over here, right? Rolls over at the 4th target, and then who knows? So we'll see. That's the NASDAQ. SQQQ came up, hit target 1, and it's come back down, has a pending sell signal, come all the way back down, right? Never hit target 2. SP500 has a pending buy signal, right? Has a pending buy signal over here on the SP500. Only hit target 1 so far. So could it rally? Possibly, right? Could it rally, come up and hit a longer term target? Sure. But first, I want to see if it's going to roll over and come back down possibly hit target 2 first, or target 3, and clear out that bearish divergence. I don't think it has. So let's see. Let's take a look. Yeah, SP 500 has not cleared out the bearish divergence, in my own personal opinion. So we'll see if it comes down and hits target 2, puts in a lower high at some point. Dow Jones, right, has hit target 2 out of 4 so far, to the downside. We don't know if it's going to hit target 3 or not. There's a gap down there as well. Russell 2000 also has hit target 2, almost hit target 3 down here at 1917. So 1917 over here, target 2, never hit it, target 3, but it got very, very close over here. So we'll see if it rallies, gets a bounce, and then see if it puts in a lower high and then continues downward after that. U.S. 10-year yields still holding above the trending dots. There was bearish divergence. There still is bearish divergence, and it could be starting to break down. Maybe it doesn't find support at target 4. Maybe it doesn't continue upward after that. And maybe this question mark that the U.S. 10-year yield rates never come back up and hit this longer-term target 3. So we don't know yet. Too early to say. It is currently still bullish as of right now. And you can move this, we'll see if it puts in a higher low over here. Maybe there's a correction. Maybe it comes over like that, something like that. The dollar, right? It was getting overbought, reverse candle, putting in lower highs over here, right? Pending our RSI sell signal. The dollar has a MACD bearish crossover. So I know a lot of the perma bulls want to see that. The VIX just dropped straight back down, right? So came up, hit the 200-week moving average. We talked about it all the way back down here. Came all the way back up, hit the 200-week moving average again. We talked about it on the live streams. We said, if you're a perma bull, you want it to drop straight back down, right? If you're a perma bear, you want it to flip the 200-week moving average and continue to spike hard. Well, the perma bulls got their way, right? The perma bulls got their way. Came up, hit the 200-week moving average, just as we talked about on the live streams before it ever did. We were talking about way back here. Will it come back up and retest it? We didn't know for sure. It did, and it dropped straight back down. So that's the VIX. Quickly on gold. Bearish divergence is going to put in a lower high. We don't know yet. Is it going to put in a lower high? Silver, is it going to put in a lower high? We don't know. Bitcoin dominance, right? Spiked all the way up. Hit the inverse head and shoulder target at 57%. Hit target 3 of 4 at 56%, roughly. Never hit the 4th target. It may not, right? So after that, it was overbought, and then there was a reverse candle, and then it's started to break back down and had that last sell signal on the Bitcoin dominance. So there we are on that. G-Rod, good morning. Welcome back. Good morning. That JPY volatility, okay. What percent chance do you think we made a local bottom last night and we shoot to 80K over the next few months? That's my optimistic approach, but we'll keep an eye on it because there's no buy signal as of right now. We will see. Percentage chance, I don't know. I don't know about the percentage chance. Let's flip over to Magnificent 7 over here. G-Rod's talking about Bitcoin over there. So let's go. Let's go to NVIDIA, right? Down almost 1% today. So it pumped all the way back up. Could be putting in a lower high. Too early to say as of right now. But rolled over, hit target 2 out of 4 so far. We don't know if it's going to hit more or not. So there was a buy signal, but I'd be cautious here. And if you look at the, there are some positive signs on RSI. There are some positive signs if you get a MACD bullish crossover. But over here on the weekly chart, we had a MACD bearish crossover. So it could just be a short-term pump on the daily chart, put in a lower high, and then continue downwards, right? Because there was an RSI sell signal on the weekly chart a couple weeks ago. There's a pending MACD bearish crossover on the weekly chart. So it is possible that the top is in, at least the local top at $974. and still holding on as of right now, but it just could mean that it puts in a lower high. So you got a lower high here at 907. Possibly it could be putting in a lower high at 877. And if so, it could start breaking back down from here. So this is NVIDIA over here like that. So anything below here, we'll move this arrow over here like that. Anything start breaking back below like that, we're going to say red arrow down. So if you're playing this to the upside because you love NVIDIA and you're a permabull, and it starts breaking back below the trailing dots, starts to break back, price starts breaking back below the upper trend line, then the probabilities are going to continue to increase that we're going to at least go back down and revisit target 2, possibly fill this gap over here, hit target 3, and then who knows after that. So this is kind of your line in the sand. And of course, the trending dots are back over here as well. So that's NVIDIA. Meta. Woo, we gap down when I was out of town. Gap down when I was out of town. We talked about it before the gap down, though. We covered it. There was bearish divergence. There was a lower high. It was starting to look like lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, trending dots, sell signals, all that stuff. And then gap down on Wednesday, right? So gap down. Was it Wednesday? No, it was gap down on Thursday. So gap down on Thursday, came all the way down to $414. From wick to wick, you're looking at a quick 22%, right? Quick 22%. You can see it's oversold today. And we talked about it way back here. Before the gap down on Meta, we talked about it. We had this gap on already, the bearish divergence. Will it fill this gap? Will it hit these targets to the downside? It has, right? It has. We don't know if it's going to fill the gap right away. There's a gap up here now at 484. So we'll add this gap. Let's clone it and then move this gap over here. So we're sandwiched in between two gaps. We got a gap here. We got a gap here. We don't know which one's going to be filled first, but now we're in a new downward trend, right? New downward trend. It's possible it finds support, pumps all the way back up, fills that gap, comes back down like that, right? So we will see. But yeah, we had this all mapped out way ahead of time before the gap down on Thursday, down 2.75% today. It is getting oversold, but can remain that way as well. Amazon came all the way down, hit this target on Thursday as well. This is a lazy longer term target. Let's take a quick timeout. Let's see how we're doing over here on the likes. How do we do? On the live stream likes? We got 2. Oh, come on. We got to get more than that. We're hoping for 50. I was planning on turning my hat on backwards if we got 50 likes and really going hard today and charting everyone's requests. But we'd want to see 50 likes if we're going to turn on the hat on backwards. If we're going to go over an hour and turn the hat on backwards, we would definitely want to see 50 likes over there. So with that, we have not seen that yet. And so we're going to continue to keep going. We'll check back here in about 10, 20 minutes. If we got 50 likes, we'll keep rocking and rolling for much longer. So came all the way down, hit my more lazy target over here, and then bounced. So there it is, bounced, hit the lazy target, filled this gap over here, has not filled this gap over here. So this gap's been filled as well. Gap fill, boom. Can even take it off if we want. So take off that gap over there. It was filled. This gap has not been filled. Will it put in a lower high? We drew this out a while back. We drew this out before we left. Probably last Monday or Tuesday, we drew this out. Maybe it comes all the way back up, puts in a lower high. Hit that target in the meantime, and then bounce all the way back up. So that's Amazon. Woo! We almost hit Microsoft, almost hit target 2 over here, right? Talked about it, covered it, bearish divergence, a lower high, sell signal, breaking down. And then Wednesday when I left town, continued to break down. Was that? No. That was the week before. Wednesday, it was starting to bounce back up and then gapped all the way back down on Thursday. So I was on the golf course on Thursday. I was on the golf course Thursday. So I had my this is one of the only days I wasn't watching the charts like a hawk and was out hacking around in the golf course, right? So we got a lot of gap downs on these Magnificent Seven stocks while I was playing golf. So you can blame me. I guess you can blame me. And then it pumped back up and now it's breaking back down, right? Oop, let's put that back. Let's put that back. There you go. So we just missed target 2 over here. We'll keep an eye on it. Tesla, we talked about it, is getting oversold, right? Very gappy, oversold, 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 was breaking back down below target 3, longer term target 3. It has never hit longer term target 4. This is a short squeeze for sure, right? Everyone and their brother is probably piling in to shorts late, and then it's getting oversold again, and it's starting to reverse back around. We talked about it. There was bullish divergence, right? We had bullish divergence, and we talked about the bullish divergence. There's bullish divergence on January. There's bullish divergence going to March. There was additional bullish divergence, right? And then the short squeeze is in, right? So bullish divergence again on April 22nd, last Monday. We talked about it. We covered it. So April 22nd, there is bullish divergence. And then it was no longer oversold, gapped up over here, 162 on Wednesday. Then there was a buy signal on Thursday when I was out on the golf course. And here we are, right? Another gap up. So someone's getting short squeezed over there. You had another MACD bullish crossover. You had the RSI buy signal all last Thursday and the regular buy signal. We had a buy signal, RSI buy signal, and MACD bullish crossover all on Thursday. And then after that, gapped up today, right? So gapped up today. So that's where we're at right now. And there we go, right? Candle closed back above the trending dots on Wednesday when I was traveling. After the bullish divergence, there was a gap up and a candle close above the trading dots. Buy signal, candle close above the downward trend line, right? Pumped all the way back up. Could it come all the way back down? Absolutely, right? We don't know if the short squeeze is going to continue upward or not, but then it could come all the way back down. You can see the trading dots. If this is the bottom, where is the higher low? If this is the bottom down here, where is the higher low? And then continues back up, right? So at some point, you're going to be looking for that higher low to be put in. And so at some point, where is that higher low going to be? We don't know. Is this just going to be a short squeeze up and then continues back downward? We don't know that either, right? So that's what we're watching over here. And so it seems like after the bullish divergence, if you're a perma bull, you want to see that higher low, and that would be that higher probability of continued upward movement on Tesla over there. Let's let's clean this up real quick. Let's see that there. So something like that, right? Come back down, put in that higher low, maybe fill this gap, maybe come all the way back down, fill this gap at 147. We don't know. Gaps work great as targets. Not all gaps get filled because maybe they're not significant enough to the market makers. And we don't know when the gaps are going to get filled. So it's not enough to just to have a gap on there. Apple, right? Apple, we talked about it. Was it going to front run target 3? Looks like it's starting to, but pending buy signal, is it going to continue to rally, or will it put in another lower high and continue downward, right? So that's kind of why I drew that out. Remember, has not retested the 200-week moving average since January 2019, right? So even if it gets a relief rally, it's possible it comes back down and hits the 200-week moving average. Google, got gaps down here. Looked like it was starting to break down over here last Wednesday when I was leaving, right? Looked like it could be a lower high. It was coming back down and then pump back up, and then they just pushed it higher, right? So we never know exactly what they're going to be doing. And that's why it's a little bit more difficult when the market is closed. They can gap it up or gap it down in whatever direction they want. They. Someone who has got a lot more money than I do. Let's see. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin mining stocks, right? So we still got this arrow out over here, and we'll continue to watch it. Is this a higher low? Is it going to put in a higher low? Get another pending sell signal over here after that buy signal. So we'll continue to watch HUT over here. Could take a little bit more time to play out. If Bitcoin is going to break out in the next 2 to 3 weeks, it's possible that we don't see HUT and some of these Bitcoin mining stocks break out for that long as well either, right? You probably even draw a more aggressive downward trend line like that as well. But this is kind of where the arrow was, and we'll kind of just leave the arrow out like that. Hive, similar thoughts, right? Still leaving the arrow out over here like that. Looking for that higher low. MIGI over here, exactly doing nothing today at 0.00% on MIGI. After that buy signal, is it going to put in that higher low? Bitfarm, similar thoughts. You got a low, possible higher low. We don't know. CLSK. Breakout, right, is going to put in a higher low. Marathon Digital. Breakout is going to put in a higher low. Riot. Breakout, will it put in a higher low down here, right? We don't know yet. Too early to say where Bitfarm is going to do it. You've got a gap down here. You get the training dots down here. Looking for that higher low on some of these. Riot, we're going to make it. We drew this out last week, right? Before we left, we drew this out. It was the trajectory of the training dots. We said, will it put in a higher low over here and we're going to make it? Back here on Tuesday, and we're still looking at the same thing. So Wolf, similar thoughts. Iris Energy, similar thoughts. Is it going to put in a higher low? We don't know. Cypher Mining, similar thoughts. So with that, let's take a look at natural gas futures. We were talking about it. We were covering it. There's a gap up, buy signal, right? And now it's starting to pump up higher. Target one's been hit so far. Breaking above target one, you get target two. You get a gap up here, $2.40. Target four, all the way up there. All right. So I think that's about it. 44 minutes in. Let's get into some of the requests, and we'll circle back. And if anything else catches our eye after that, we'll be happy to take a look at it over here. So that's what we're still watching on Bitcoin. Let's see. Tesla. Yep, we covered it. Let's take a look. Was Kyle the first one? Okay. All right, Kyle. Kyle's the first one. Let's take a look at SEI Tether, right? Thanks for putting in all the details over there. I appreciate that, so that we can search for it very quickly and then take a look at the map. So similar thoughts as to the other altcoins that we've been covering every single day, Kyle. And, it was getting overbought. If there was bearish divergence, most likely there was bearish divergence, followed by a pretty big correction over here from $1.15. If you round it up, this is a 63.5% correction, right? 63.5% correction. It was getting oversold, multiple reversal candles. So is this a low down here? Is the correction over? Is this going to be a higher low over here? Seems like it could be. It seems like it could be. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, this is for educational purposes only. And obviously, we hope to find a little bit of entertainment along the way. Probably not today, because still trying to gather back the energy, right? Had a long travel day on Saturday and lost a couple hours going from Central Time back to Pacific Standard Time over there. And then yesterday had to meet the aunt and uncle who were in town for breakfast, followed by the pool. Tough day. Tough day back. So we'll see. We'll see on SEI over here. Probably had it drawn out like this, right? Probably had it drawn out like that. Back above the trailing dots. Is this going to put in a higher low? Possibly. There's already a RSI buy signal over here, and then we could probably see a pending buy signal in the near future, right? Probably a pending buy signal in the near future. Probably even draw another one out like this, right? So you start getting candle closes back above, a pending buy signal, and then so on and so on. And we'll see how it plays out. This possibly could be a low. This could be possibly a higher low over here on the daily chart. Let's see. Blessed for life, you got it. Veritone. Let's see. Veritone. Where are you? Where are you? Got you around here somewhere. I think we're getting closer. Let's see. There it is. Got it. Got it. Right. Let's see. Yeah, so there's that, that RSI sell signal back here, MACD bearish crossover, sell signal. We got this consolidation. After this nice move up, buy signal at 218, pumped all the way up, probably had bearish divergence. It did. There is bearish divergence, right? That bearish divergence is cleared now, in my personal opinion. Is this going to be, let's see, is this a low, like one of the lows over here or a higher low over here? And then are we going to see another higher low over here, right? So this is a nice correction over here. Is this a possible higher low forming over here? Possible. So you can probably see after the bearish divergence, price is getting overbought. So you see, target 1, probably target 2, target 3, probably target 4. Probably hit 4 out of 4 targets. And where's this gap at? This gap was filled over here to the upside. We can remove that off. There was a gap left open at 381, pumped all the way up through that. That was a massive pump up there. So we got a retracement of that massive pump. So even from that last buy signal all the way to the top wick, 260%. So after a 260% pump, came all the way back down. You got a 57% correction. That's extremely healthy, right? That's extremely healthy. You get a massive pump. You want to see a retracement. You want to see it find support and then start to make its move up after that. You can probably draw out the Veritone like this, and then you put out there probably something similar to like this. Get back above the trending dots, get closer to that pending buy signal, and then the downward trend line. Watch it put in that higher low. Is that higher probability? And we'll see where it goes from there on Veritone. Hopefully that helped. Let me know if you got any follow-up questions. What else? I think PayPal bottom is 62. Let's see. Let's take a look. PayPal, $67, right? Yeah. So similar thoughts on Veritone, right? So you got this low over. Yes. It's looking good as well. Yeah, I think it's looking very similar to PayPal, right? So G-Rod. So we got a low over here, broke out, had that buy signal at $60, had that 55. So we talked about this. It looked like the bottom was in, right? Oversold, reverse candle, pumped all the way back up. Could have put in a higher low. It did. Broke out, came all the way back up. Could be putting in a higher low over here. And had that last buy signal at $64 on last Tuesday. And then looks like it was finding support. Trending dots are starting to curl back above. Broke out of this downward trend line and just continues to make a move upward. $67 as of right now. Still have this gap open from $72.50 from this breakdown over here. On positive earnings, they gapped it down. Of course they did. 51 minutes in. Still has not closed this gap over here. Still has not retested the 200-week moving average for a very, very, very long time. So we'll see if it does that or not. Starting to look pretty good. Weekly chart over here is also bullish over there on the weekly chart, right? So you had the low, you had the higher lows, and the last buy signal on the weekly chart was at $63. Still continues to go up there. The probabilities are increasing that the bottom is in, that you can see it broke out there. You see it broke out there. See it broke out here again, back test, and you can see it broke out again this week of this last pivot point there, that the bottom is in, and that the probabilities continue to increase that the gap is going to get filled. Then we'll see what happens after that, right? So we will see. But looking pretty good on PayPal, if you ask me. I don't think. Yeah, you did. You asked. All right, so let's go, Martina. Sorry I'm late. Hope you had a nice trip. Yes, I did. Thank you. And we had a great baby shower. Didn't have a great golf game. I had flashes, but that was about it. What else? G-Rod, 1 to 2 day buy signal on PayPal. Awesome. Yeah, he doesn't talk about his losses though. He bought the dip all the way down. So who knows? Uh, yep. Okay. What about Intel, INTC, AMD? Yeah, he was, you know, even a blind squirrel finds a nut, Tesla John. Because November 2021 was the top, and he bought the dip all the way down. So I know he was up a couple $1,000,000 or something, but he definitely gave back millions of dollars in gains. Guarantee it. I guarantee he did. I guarantee it. Sold over a month ago and yeah, well, he bought the dips all the way down, right? So November 2021 was the top. He was buying dips all the way down, and then I haven't seen any of his stuff in like in a year or so. So maybe he's finally flipped. But then yeah. So it doesn't matter. He was a perma bull all the way in the beginning of the bear market, all the way down. So it doesn't really mean anything to me on Meet Kevin. He's a good influencer. Started off in real estate as influencer on real estate. So then got into politics, but didn't. I don't even know if he got on the ballot. So he's all over the place. What else? Let's see. Tesla options. What about Intel or AMD? We'll take a look at Intel. We got 54 minutes. I don't think we're gonna be able to flip the hat on backwards because I don't think we got enough likes over here. So let's see where we at on likes. Yeah, we only have 11 likes, so not gonna flip the hat on backwards today. So we'll probably cover one or two more and see where we're at. Where's my Unity? Oh, I forgot Unity. All right, let's do Unity. There we go. Right. So drew this trend line out on the wick. There's wick to wick over here. Right. Could the bottom be in? Sure, the bottom could be in. Too early to say as of right now. Pumped up, came all the way back down. Pumped up, came all the way back down. So this is going to be your. I mean, probably want to draw it out like that to be safer. This be like more aggressive over here. And then if you're going to start drawing it out more and more aggressive, right? That would be an ultra aggressive downward trend line. Get back above the trading dots. It's possible the bottom is in, right? It was possible the bottom was in back here. It was possible the bottom is back here. It's an upward trend line, right? So we'll see if it is or not on Unity Software. Got longer term targets still there, still in play, right? Still in play over there. No MACD bullish crossover as of yet, but that's what you're kind of watching over here. And it could take some time to play out, right? Could take some time to play out. Could be the bottom though, but however it plays out, right? That will be a massive move. That will be a massive move to the upside, most likely. Obviously, never guarantee, but that could be the massive play there. However it plays out, and you can see that this could take some time to play out. It definitely could take some time to play out. However it does, next year maybe, right? Who knows? I don't know if it takes that long or not, but this is just an idea of like once it breaks from there, could see some massive moves to the upside. So kind of zoom out there on the weekly chart. You can kind of see it from there. If you go in on the daily chart though, let's take a look at the daily chart. the bottom could be in at least on a short-term bounce, and it could bounce hard to the upside. So looking pretty good, back above the trailing dots even on the daily chart. Doesn't mean it couldn't pump up, come back down, put in a higher low, and then flip around from there. So we'll continue watching on Unity software, but it did break out of this downward trend line going all the way back to December 27th. It is back above the trailing dots, and it could have a pending buy signal in the near future on Unity software. Hopefully that helps, Javier. You got it, my man. You got it. Do you think the gaps will get filled in Tesla? Yeah, I mean, you asked me that earlier. I let you know my thoughts on gaps, so that's all you're gonna get out of me. What else? What else? We had any other requests? We got 3 minutes. Intel. All right, Intel. Let's do Intel. We got 3 minutes to go. We got 3 minutes to go. I know I have it on here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Intel, gap down. It's getting oversold, right? It's still oversold. Can remain that way. Still bearish below the 200-week moving average. The weekly chart, still bearish as of right now. So this could be a macro low. It could find support here and put in a macro higher low. It's too early to say right now. Too early to say. Probably going to draw a line like this or something. And that could take some time to play out. Could take months, right? Could take months. But yeah, it doesn't look great for Intel. The daily chart is ultra bearish. The weekly chart is bearish. The monthly chart is flipping back bearish, right? Could be going back below the trailing dots. Could be going back below the 200-week moving average. So not looking great for Intel. Could have put in a higher low. It could, but that's guessing right now. That is guessing. If you got a low here, higher low, because as of right now, you got going on like that. You got lower highs coming in, right? So a lot of negatives on Intel as of right now. So continue to watch it based off of the daily chart, etc. But it's oversold, and it is ultra bearish as of right now. So hope that helps, Juan. With that, thank you for all of your support. I appreciate all of your you smashing the like button, smashing the subscribe button, reposting, commenting, all of that. And with that, we'll continue to sniper the markets together. And we will start this new live stream streak tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We get rock and rolling on Taco Tuesday. With that, hope you guys are all doing well, guys and gals. And we will see you on tomorrow.